Hello everyone, we have some more vintage stuff that I found up in my mom's attic, and it's kind of a weird assortment of stuff, some old movies on Betamax. And these are actually a weird story. We'll start looking at some of them. We have a bunch of these Diamond Jubilee collection, all these old movies. It's going to be interesting to see. I just, kind of brought them home to see how many of them actually work still after being up in that attic for so many years. You never know. It can get pretty hot in the summers, but it's cool to see them at least, and I'll test them out. I mean, beta are usually pretty hardy, and they were in like a plastic tub, so I'm going to test them all out. But where these actually came from, we have China Seas, San Francisco. They were actually my little brother's at one point. He was very heavily into collecting any tape-based format, especially VHS. VHS was like the main thing, but he had a huge selection of VHS at one point, and then randomly got some beta in that time. They were just up in the attic, and he didn't really want anything to do with them. So he lives several states away now and doesn't have a player or anything. So the guy, you just grab them. I don't even think he remembered they were up there. The Thin Man, and After the Thin Man. So that was kind of a cool find. I had no idea they were up there, and again, I don't even know if he remembered they were there, but it was really cool. And then we have a bunch more with the Bridge of Kwai. I love this style more than when they have the same exact kind of clamshells as VHS. They don't stand out as much on the shelf. They just kind of shove a beta sticker sometimes on them, or actually stay on it. But I love the little smaller cases. Whatever Happened to Baby Jane. Needs to be rewound, that one. High Society from the Great Musicals collection, and Anchors Away. But these are cool, a lot of classic movies, but the really cool stuff is this next stack, some Disney. So these are the ones I'm most curious about to see if they're working. We have Jungle Book. So you can see the just kind of beta sticker on the side and the same clamshell as VHS, and the individual one that I'm most curious about because it is a fairly late release for the format, Beauty and the Beast, and a lot of the later ones are just ones you're not going to stumble upon in general in like a thrift store or whatever. You'd have to search for them online. There's all the old advertisements, Jim Henson's Dinosaur, everything. But yeah, so Beauty and the Beast, that one's the one. I gotta rewind that one as well. And I'm most curious to see if it's in working condition, because it's not one that I'm likely to ever kind of run into. Bambi, Cinderella, Lady and the Tramp. And they're in still fairly good condition since they were already older and used when my brother would have had them, and then they were sitting up in an attic for years and years as well. And then last one, Fantasia. One of my personal favorite Disney movies. So that's just really cool. Glad that my brother let me have these, and sitting up there hiding in my mother's attic for who knows how long. I really enjoy the format and don't run into it a whole lot, so this would be cool to check out. And of course, it's an excuse to watch some cool movies as well. Just to test them all out. We'll see how many of these are actually in any kind of working condition. And just thought this was a really cool little collection, just because it's a format that I happen to just not find around here at all. Beta seems to be one of those that it seems to depend on like where you are, region-wise, and I see a lot of people that they run into it all the time. Here is non-existent, but here stuff like CED in Pennsylvania is everywhere. You find it for $1 a piece in thrift stores all the time, and then other places it basically doesn't exist. So a lot of these older formats that weren't as prevalent as something like VHS, it kind of depends on where you are, regionally, as far as finding them. And for me, this is just one of those formats I don't stumble across, so it doesn't matter what it is, any random movie or just some common Disney stuff, whatever, it's always fun to find in a format that you don't normally find it in.